Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Road to 2000, day number 58. Just wanted to say a massive thank you guys for all tuning in all the time, and I'm trying my best out here, and as you know, it's tough. It's tough. It's when you get to this 1600, or in fact at any level, it's a hard, chess is a hard game, and we're going for a 1510 again because as we progress through the ranks, we're going to need the extra time. It's pretty hard to talk and play. Right, so we might get a Spanish, Italian. We got a Ponziani recently. So I think, okay, so we get this. Now, one move is just to kind of do this. And if they take, we take back. And then it didn't happen, but then that looks like it's free. But because this pawn's gone, your queen goes up, threatening this and the knight. So that is worth bearing in mind if you see that. I think now we can either develop the bishop or just do this. I prefer this, just so that I can get this out and maybe stop that knight from moving. They may just take and try and mess up my my pawn formation, but I think they would have done that before. Okay, so they don't want that coming in. That's fair enough. Now, I know there is a move that involves just pushing this back. And if it goes here, then going like this, they'll push forward, giving themselves a space to run into. We take, they take, and then this line is basically kind of pretty much open. But before any of that kind of business, I'm gonna keep developing. I think that's important. And also with pressuring this and getting your pieces out, you kind of overextend. And I think, look, 1510, we need to kind of keep things tight. And yeah, so we're threatening this pawn. I expect them to do, ooh, okay. I thought they might do that just because they could get their bishop out. Now, I think to stop, so we want to be able to get this out. We could either maybe fianchetto the bishop. That's an idea. Or maybe even I mean, if they castle over this side, I might be inclined to take this. If I was backed up by my queen, say, and then get in over here. So I'm going to bear that in mind. I mean, I've mentioned it a few times, but I'm just going to kind of move it out for the time being. I'm expecting this now. Or that. Wow. Okay, I don't know what they're trying here. Maybe to, I mean, this is currently obviously can't, well, I can't move this because I'd be in check. So that's something to obviously be aware of and just be slightly wary of what's happening there. But I'm not too fussed. I mean, again, look, if I push here, that's maybe what they're thinking. I'm going to push again, and then I think they'll go here. Am I worried if I push this pawn? Is that a bad thing? Then I'll have two eyes on this. I'm not too far. I might just do this. Why? Because then I can castle or pull this out and castle this way. I'm not sure which way I'm going to castle yet. I'm going to kind of maybe wait and see what they do. Okay, so they go that way, which is really interesting. Like, really interesting. So now let's see if there's any way we can make this work. So if we take this, they take back, we come in with the queen. Queen's then in a really nice spot. And then say we were to kind of go here with the knight. Knight defends this square. So that's really important. If there was any chance I could maybe get the rook involved, then I would do that. Now, one way to do that is to potentially push this forward. Or maybe push this forward first, then this. Or maybe, hang on, I'm going to have to go, it's going to be slow. I'm going to have to do that. No, it'll be this next, sorry. It'll be this. G5, and then I can push on again. I'm not going to want to lose this. Wow. Okay, so we are now going to, we're going to do that. And I'll be surprised. I mean, oh, okay. So look, they're looking at this. They're looking at this, which would be a fork. So I might just have to take. I'm going to take for the time being. And then I might push on again because I can't have them lining up with my king and my queen. Oh, nasty. Right, okay. Now, what about if they take, I take, they take, I take. So I just don't want them having another piece to attack with. So hang on, let's just see if we can try and... I think maybe castling now. Look, they've castled this side. I don't see any reason why we can't castle. Yeah, that I think that makes sense. Just want to make sure. I castle, my king would be here. They take, we take. So that's okay. Can this come in? Can't come in yet. I think castling might be a wise thing to do. Hopefully I've not missed anything here. If I did that, they might even sack. If I take, queen could come in. So not liking my position at the moment, and I'm expecting some more pressure coming here, but I might just, I think that's risky though. They could sack. They win a couple of pawns, they get their queen potentially in here, and then this is wide. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they just do that, which kind of leaves my queen open, and then they can come in for a check. So this doesn't look great. I can go here. And then what? Okay, I can go here, then what? They can take with the bishop. I'd have to just move. If they do that, I go here. But then they check. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Right. If I go here, I think I need, I mean, that's just mate. And that's mate as well. Oh my gosh. So I've got to lose my queen. I can't do anything else apart. I've got to lose the queen. I'm just going to resign that. Wow. Okay. Happens. Wow. That was fast. Where did that go really wrong? Maybe castling that side. One blunder. They got 90% accuracy. I got 73% accuracy. That's fine. This is all okay. Now, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it. The best was getting the bishop out, wasn't it? No, just castling. Okay. That was bad. Should I have just gone here? Or just attacked? Yeah, I know. I should have done it. Should have done it. That was my downfall in the end, wasn't it? And then getting that there, that's just... Kick the bishop. Who wanted that bishop kicked? I mean, castling was the worst thing I did. Coming in like that, looking at a fork. I kind of had to take that. didn't... Yeah, look. Wow. Yeah, okay. Castling was just really, really bad. I mean, I was okay until then. I think best move was maybe this. Best move was that. Or that. Just not castle. Okay, yeah, I like it. Wow, okay, well that was pretty quick. Um, so I think we're going to have another 1510. It's going to have to be done. Right. Okay, let's see what we can do this time. We're going for our English. And we do our standard kind of thing. Get the knight out. We fianchetto. And then we normally get this to e4 and this onto d3, depending. If they get their bishop out, that's what we do. If not, so now I think it'd be a lot of swaps because I think they'll come here, then we'll take the... Okay, that's not going to happen. Right. So we'll stick with our plan. Yeah, okay, now it happens. They'll take. And we push forward. I think that's right. Now we come in here like so. Okay, so no point in checking because they can just defend like so, which means they'll be defending this as well. So we can't take that. I am just going to, I think, do you know what, normally I'll just bring this out and not worry if they kind of, if I had to take back with the pawn, but I want to keep things tight. And if they want to kind of go down that road, so now we're going to do this. Okay, so they're protecting this pawn again. And now we are going to come out like so. And we're going to castle. And that's fine. That's everything done. Ooh, maybe. Okay, so they want to do that now. I'm going to castle. Right, let's have a little think about this. Okay, so they're currently looking at this, which is protected by the queen, and this. If they take this, then it will still be covered by the queen. This is fine. Now, what about if I go here? They're not going to take with the rook, obviously, because they'd lose it. So if we go here, we're threatening this. That invites this out. So maybe for the time being, is there a chance they could double up? If they double up, I could just go like this. Not the end of the world. If I can't... What about bishop? Bishop g5 just gets met with this, doesn't it? So I think that's pretty pointless. And then I can't go here because I get trapped. So if I go here, I have to be looking to take. And I don't want to just take. There's no reason for that. Should I get my rook on this file? I can't see any issues with that. Also, this can come in, can't it? If that happens, I can just take. They take back with pressure on this. So I don't quite... I'm going to ask the question now because it's about time that we kind of address this because... Right, now they want to do that. That's absolutely fine. Now, if they come in here like so, then I guess they could just take it. I'm weighing up now what to do. So I'm thinking maybe this. Is that a bad move? Maybe this. I don't want to... I'll have one pawn on its own. I'm going to go like this. That's fine. If they take, I'll take back with the queen. And then these pawns, okay. Now this is interesting. Okay. So if I go here, they take, I take, then they probably take, I take, and then they've got that. Be nice to be able to fork these two. So maybe just maybe ask the question again. Push once. Anything wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. We're going to push once. Okay. Now, if we push again, which I wouldn't be happy doing, then they literally line us up with our queen. So we'd have to be careful. I'm just trying to see if there's any way we could make something happen, because we've got two really strong diagonals at the moment. Okay, look, there's nothing, I mean, still plenty of time, so we just need to bear that in mind. But again, the one thing I don't want is the rook being in line here and the bishop as well, because then I could just get forked with these two. So I think maybe now might be the time to bring the other rook into the game. That seems to work. Now, could they come in this way? They can't come here. Okay. If we push now, what? Now, if we push here, they just go there. What about if we do this? It just doesn't really do much. Maybe get this into a better position. I can't see anything else they can really do. Okay, so now they want to take. Okay, that's. So where can they go with this? They could go here. That would be a very nice move. Now, obviously, I can't take because I'd lose my queen. So I need to get this queen out of the way, like right now. I think a good square would be potentially here. Looking at this pawn, and also this would be defended by this. So I don't think that's a bad place at all. Now, just kind of, I can't see much. I think they might try and get the queen into the, okay, they just saved the pawn. Fair enough. Now, if I was to go here, or I need to, do you know what? I think I'm just going to go here. Why am I going to do that? No, I'm not going to do that. That's a really silly move because this is currently only protected by this. I was going to go there and try and eliminate this to try and open up this or this. But thankfully, because I've got time, I didn't do that. So I either need to get this safe first, maybe just like that, maybe just like that. And then if they try and do that, we can defend with the bishop. So we can now move this knight. And I'd like to take that. I don't see any problem. Okay, so if we take, again, if we take like, if they take back with this, it leaves this open for some opportunities down the line. And also if they take with that, then this would be kind of open. If we take this, they just take back like that. There's also a pawn hanging as well. Various things going on. Now I think if we take, they come in. No, they don't. They just move their core. Okay, so they just do that. So we're going to get rid of this. Okay, now, if we push on, where do they go? So, I'm trying to... What would be nice? Annoyingly, that's defending and that's defending this. Because if they weren't, then obviously we take and they couldn't take back because it'd be check. So at some point that might work out. Now, I'm worrying about this knight. It's quite advanced. I could just take. They come in. What I need to worry about is where are they going to go with this? They currently can't go here. They currently can't go here. Now that would be a very nice spot for the knight with the queen and the rook, but this is here defending. So this is playing a good role at the moment. And actually if I push, they can just take that. So maybe ideas of if I don't like that knight all up in my face. It's just too kind of close to the action. And if I get rid of this knight, then the other knight comes in. So that's a slight worry. I don't want to start pushing pawns and get rid of it like that, because you can just slot in like that and then my pawns are just way advanced. So they've given me a lot to think about and I don't quite know how to progress here. Maybe come back. Double up here. Oh look, there's two things in front of this rook. So I think coming here might not be the worst idea. So I'm going to do that. Maybe this. They'll just push. Take. Wow, wasn't expecting that at all. Okay, so let's just try and think about this, Jamie. What about this? What about this? That leaves this hanging. Now we've got to start. Now things have sort of opened up. We've got to be aware for tactics as well. If we come in here, we leave this hanging. Not good. So we don't do that. Now also, I don't want to keep moving my queen around. So what I might do now is just go back here. So we've got two eyes on this now, but obviously we're not going to take first because we just lose the queen. I want to defend this. That was my main reason for doing it. Okay, now they want to take that. If I push forward, then they take this. So I think... Yeah, so this is getting really annoying. I don't think pinning the knight does anything. They can just push. King would be perfectly safe. They want to get rid of that, don't they? Or do they? What about if I just push on it? No. That's defending. Okay, so I don't quite know what to do here. I think maybe pushing this out one more time. So if they take, we take, and they win a pawn. Oh, you idiot, Jamie. Wake up. Okay, right. A pawn's a pawn. So, not too... Well, we're going to go here. We're going to go here. Attacking this. Expect the queen to come in. Now, this is quite nice. These two are looking after each other. So that's going to be important. We're pawn down. Stupidly. So they go all the way back. Now, is there any kind of... If that comes in, that's just getting taken. Shall I just... I don't know what to do, guys. This is too... And I'm losing a lot of time. I honestly don't have a clue what to do. I think these two are really important in terms of looking after each other. So maybe I try and come out and... Do you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start just pushing pieces. So if you take, I'm going to take back with the queen. It's about time I've got to start doing something. Okay. So now they do that. So if I take, they're looking at this pawn and then looking at this pawn. So I think maybe for the time being, what we do is... move here. No, it's not. Hang on. Wow, they're looking at this as well. With check. Oh my gosh. I've got to defend that pawn. I have to just defend that pawn. If they take, I take. It's still fine, but... Okay. I don't want to exchange the queens. That's not happening. Now, maybe ideas of... Okay, so they attack my queen. They're also looking at doubling up on this square here. Wow, this is just brutal. I'm kind of getting a little bit smashed up here. So I've got to take that. Now, they take back with what? Yeah, they take back with the rook. Get it? So now we come in like... Their king... my king's not looking too healthy, but their king's obviously in a slightly weird situation as well. Now, if we push forward and they push forward, they take. So hang on. If I push forward, they just push forward. I push, they push. So maybe try and not hang a pawn. Maybe try and... I like this on this file though. Maybe just go here and not hang that pawn. Oh gosh, wake up, Jamie, wake up. What is happening? There's a pawn hanging. There's a pawn potentially hanging. I want to keep the open file. Maybe just this. That seems okay. And if they come in with this one as well, then I can go over here. Queen's still defending, so we've got 3 defenders on this pawn. Right. Now, yeah, we've got to... Or maybe king back. No, not king back, because we've got to look after this pawn. All our pawns are hanging. We're going to go here. Defend this pawn again. Now I expect them to... have a go at this pawn as well. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That would just be big trouble. So maybe this. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble. So, I mean, if they take, we take, say they take, we take, they take, we come in for a check. I mean, it's, okay, that kind of works a little bit. Maybe they just sidestep. At least these 3 pawns are still looking after the king. These 2 are kind of isolated. These 2 are doubled. Okay. Now, I think I'm probably in my best interest to kind of try and build a bit more of a kind of formation. Now, we could go here, and then if they take, then we keep that kind of tight. That might be important. So let's do that. We also get one of these pawns back into the action in terms of having a structure, because at the moment it's isolated. So ideally they take us. Wow. I think we move our king forward as well. I can see that coming. If it does, we'll let them take, and then we back it up again like that. This would then be an isolated pawn. They're playing well. My opponent is playing well. Can't knock that. These 3 are strong. That's my problem. And with the queen as well. These 4 are nice. However, there's just a lot of defense around it. Okay. Threatening this pawn. Threatening this pawn. Sorry. Looking after this pawn and threatening their pawn. Okay, we kind of have to take back. They might take back with their queen now, and then have 2 running pawns. If they do, I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't afford to lose the queen. That can't be happening. They might force it off the board. If I take, I'm just losing. So I'm going to go... If I go here, then what? Say I go here. They can just... Is there a check? I can't see it. Hang on. Is there a check that they can sort of exchange queens? That's the kind of check I'm not looking for. A normal check I can kind of deal with. Can't see it. Gonna go for it. Right, let's try and... I'm expecting a check or that. If that comes in, then I'm going to go for a check myself. Wow, day number 58 is not a good day. Not a good day. I mean, I tend to look back at all my games, the longer ones especially. However, with these two, I will look back with great interest just because I think it's important. These are the kind of games where I need to know what I did wrong at what point, and I'll try and, instead of looking through the analysis first, I'll try and kind of play it back and see if I can do any better, because it's not been good. I just felt in this game in particular, the last game it was silly. I shouldn't have castled. But this game, I feel like I've just been getting hammered at every kind of move, and I've been a bit sloppy with a couple of the pawns, and I've lost a pawn. But I've just felt like I've not had a single look in at all this game. And that's credit to my opponent for making it like that. But I need to find out, I need to see why I've not been able to sort of have any kind of input into my game. Now, if they check me, and then I go, hey, wow. So they didn't want that check. What about, I'm going to check. They're going to go here. I'm going to check again. Now, if they go here, I'll take this pawn. If they go somewhere else, like that, I'll take this pawn. Okay, so they go there. Now I think, ideally, I want to get rid of these pawns on my problem. So that's just got to be taken. Now I'm expecting them to start pushing pawns. Okay, we can get round. We'd have to come in here for a check. So all of a sudden, we've won back our pawn. Those two pawns are scaring the living daylights out of me, but we can come in for a check. Like that. They can defend it. If they do, we could just come in for another check. They can't stop it like this. They can't stop it like this because they get taken. Now that is interesting as well. Right. Now, what do we do, guys? What do we do? Look, this pawn here, this is only 1, 2, 3 away from promoting. So, and that is a hanging pawn. And if we do that, we're also covering the square. So I think we need to kind of take the pawn. We've also just hung a pawn ourselves. So they'll probably, do you know what? If they take that, it's quite slow. And I come in for another check. Okay, so now we can, so let's try and think about this. So if we come and threaten the queen, then they come here. They can't. So let's threaten the queen. Now they might just go here, which threatens this and the queen. Then if that happens, we come in for a check, and then we take this pawn. So our opponent's gotten a little bit slack in the last kind of bit of this game, and I've got 4 minutes on the clock with increment, so it's, I mean, I'm banging with a chance. We didn't expect that, did we? Okay, there's a check. Where do you go now? Because I'm taking this pawn. Yeah, I'm taking the pawn. Trying to see what checks they've got. They've got that check. But I can just do this. They've got another check. That other check's that, but it's, no, it's not. It's not even a check. I think they're focused on this. If I come in for the check, then what? Can't come here, can't come here, can't come here. Can't go there. That's mate. So if they move there first, then we push forward with check. I mean, this is tight. I don't know what's happening here. Wow, okay, so they do that. But I can now come in for a check. Defended by this. I can do it again, can't I? They can't take the queen because the pawn. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. And guys, that is why you don't just give in, because some people in that position might be kind of like, oh, this isn't happening, whatever, and then just lose the plot and just completely give up. Mentally giving up's one thing. Physically giving up is resigning. Mentally, you just kind of think to yourself, oh, whatever, next game. I stuck with it, and they presented me with an opportunity, and I grabbed it with both hands. Really happy about that, especially after the first game. Didn't want to lose two. So, yeah, we didn't play our best there, but we saved it. We saved that. Whew, wow. Quite happy with the way I played towards that very end. As soon as I was given a chance, I took it. Now let's have a little look at exactly how bad that was. I'm not expecting good things. I'm reckoning 60, 70, early 70. Okay, and they say, oh my gosh, wow, okay, wasn't expecting that. They're saying 85% for myself, no blunders, and they're saying 75% for them with one blunder. 3 great moves from me and 2 great moves from them. So let's look at this now. Look at the analysis. Wow, that game's drained me. It seriously drained me. That's just been, wow. Oh, that was a hard game. Okay, so we went for the English, and they played in a slightly weirder way that I'm not used to. Really wasn't expecting this at all. So I had to take back. They take back. And that's normally the move. Or E3 is the best. Here, yeah, I did think that. I did think it. But it wasn't a bad move. And that was good. And then this was a problem. This pawn, and then for what I used, I think 7 or 8 minutes trying to understand what was going on. And every avenue I looked down, I was potentially in a horrible position as a result of their move, or I was losing a pawn, or so I finally decided to address that and then get rid of it. That made me happier. And then they come in threatening this again. Their knights were causing me problems, so I should have gone all the way back. But going all the way back just seems really. I honestly, at this level, is anyone playing that? I don't know. Anyone even stronger playing that? Bishop E1? I'm not seeing that. It's not making any sense to me. And then that was bad. That was silly. I did think everything was a little bit kind of stuck behind in the end. Couldn't really get past these things. So that was a bad move. There's not much in it though in terms of the computer, what it's saying now. Okay, and then I think they move over here, don't they? Trying to catch my queen out. Yeah, they do. And I think here I thought to myself, right, queen maybe attacking their pawn. So I did go to b3, which is a good move. This was obviously a slight concern, but it was defended by the knight, but that's still forks. I mean, I pulled off a brilliant fork yesterday myself. So yeah, keep an eye out for the fork. Maybe it's karma. You fork somebody, you get forked back. Okay, and then we push forward. I just didn't want to. I thought, okay, if they want to jump into the square, at least it's defended twice. So that was my reason for doing that. They wanted that, and I get it. It's even better. It's just, it can see a lot more. Makes sense. At the moment, they're just up. And then they do that. And then I take, which was bad. I don't normally, I'm trying not to take pieces at the moment, but with all these things up in my kind of face, I was like, right, do you know what? Let's just get down to the end game. And then that, see, that as well, I just don't, yeah. And then they go, that's a blunder. And I'm 0.7 up now. And I should have just freaking taken. I can see it, guys. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, can you see it? So you win a pawn, basically, because look, you take this, you win a pawn. They take back, you take with check, they take back, say, then you take with check again, and then you take this. So, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's just saying take. I see it. I get it. I get it. And that's tactics, guys. And I was looking at things like that, but I just didn't see it. I didn't see that anyway. I think maybe now looking at it, it's the kind of thing that if I was presented that in a puzzle, I'd probably get it. I would get it. But in the heat of the moment, I kind of looked at it and didn't see it. So, and then thought doubling up would be good. And then they come in like this. Then we go there. And then we lose the pawn, which I was slightly annoyed about. We go there, threaten this. And then we realise here, all of a sudden, yeah. We're like, oh gosh, that's hanging. And we're like, if they take, we take. So we're like, okay, this is all of a sudden now a little bit. So it just wants a queen trade. I definitely didn't want that. I needed my queen. Then we take back. And here I'm thinking, right, now they're after my queen. They're doubling up on this. I cannot allow queen coming in. So I'm going to just take. And then they come in like that. And I should have just gone there. Okay. And then they push forward. And I'm like, okay, let's exchange. And then here, they're only 0.5 up, but they're still... And then I push forward. Okay, I liked it. I liked what I was trying to do. I was trying to kind of sort out these pawns. If they took back, then we'd have these 3 pawns lined up again. Okay. Wow, it wants taking with that. And then I guess coming in with a check potentially. These 3 scared the living daylights out of me. And I think they should have won with them. No, not attacking that pawn. Okay. Then they wanted the queen trade. And yeah, just getting out the way was best. They then didn't deal with this properly, I don't think. Going back was bad. Allowing me in for a check and winning a pawn as well. That's a great move. They're trying to get those queens off the board because I'm not stopping this with the king behind it. And I go over there, give them another check. And they just want to swap. I'm not swapping queens. Not happening. Not today. Then come back in and they allow me another check. And those checks are crucial. Sometimes even if you can't see much to a check, it's just, it gives you chance to maneuver around. It gives you an extra move while they have to deal with it. They wanted to do that again. And I've come in with another check. Okay, so it's saying there. And then, I don't know, but I guess if queen doesn't defend, then I can take that. But I needed to try and deal with this. Then they go in like so. And then I take the other pawn thinking, right, okay, if the worst comes to the worst, I can take back there or just move there. And now I'm thinking, right, hang on. I'll attack the queen. And they're thinking, right. Okay. And then I can just take one of these pawns. And as soon as I took this pawn, I was pretty happy. I was very confident, quietly confident. Then they come in for a check, but after that there was nothing else. Then they defend it like that, and that's just game. Look. Wow. Okay, so first game, guys, wasn't great. Moral of the first game, don't castle into bad positions. And the second game, do you know what I mean? We held on there, and we didn't like my position at all for the whole game, and then we just turned it around like that. So you gave us a chance, and we came in there, and we took it. Anyway, guys, listen, sorry so long, but I wasn't going out after that first game. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, give me a subscribe. If you want to give it a like, give it a like. If you want to give me a comment, I'll take them, good or bad. We take them all. And until next time, guys, happy chessing. Take care of yourselves, and see you all later. Bye-bye.